Hi guys, and welcome to RCC Adventures on another exciting day, because I will be going down the container and working on the smart car, but the Chrysler is now going around the back because he's going to try and get it right up in the air so he can get underneath, because it's developed a quite severe driveline wobble, which we believe is something to do with the centre bearing on the prop. The van is over there, so she's out of the space. Obviously there's Betty. There's the Chrysler going around the back, and now I need to go around the back to go help him get it up on the ramp. I missed the van moving, but in a minute we'll get the van hopefully moving into the space so you'll be able to hear it. So yeah, good start. Yeah, definitely shorter than the Chrysler. Chrysler will be out here somewhere. Choke's not working today.
There's very low fuel,
Yeah.
And it's crap fuel.
Yeah, well the fuel's been in there for God knows how long, hasn't it? Yeah. So she will get a day in the sun, get worked on. The sliding door currently at the moment can't actually be moved, i.e. opened, without the sliding door falling off, because the runner at the bottom is entirely missing. So there's the inner,
there's an outrigger comes from the main chassis rail, and then you've got the inner seal, the strengthening seal, which is to do with the runner, and the outer seal are all removed at the moment, so there's no bottom runner whatsoever. The only thing that's holding the door on is the locks.
Yeah. So yeah, she will get her day in the sun, but other things are taking priority at the moment.
Yeah, when everything else stops breaking.
Yeah, when everything else in the fleet decides, you know what, we're going to work today. So yeah, so now we're going to go around the back and get the Chrysler up on ramps. So as you can see, she's up in the air now. It's a slight change of plan. Is that in neutral now and off handbrake?
Neutral, handbrake off.
Right. She's going nowhere. Yeah, it's a slight change of plan, because originally it was just me going down the container and Dad was going to get on with this. But we're now going to get on with this, and then we'll both go down the container.
Yeah.
So we've got to try and get the exhaust off and the prop, haven't we?
Yeah. Well, 8 eyes are better than 4.
Well, that's debatable sometimes.
Right.
When it comes with us, anyway.
I've just realised a problem.
What's that?
We should put the front on the ramps.
Right.
Because how do I turn the prop to undo it?
Oh, yeah, bugger.
Bugger.
Okay.
Shit. I need to turn the prop, I need to turn the wheels.
Yeah, right. So we're doing that all again then?
Yep, doing all that again. Right, take 2.
Took a little bit longer than we were expecting, but the car is now swapped round, as you can see. As you saw from the time lapse. Ended up being a little bit more tricky, didn't it? Trying to get the arse up instead of the front. So we have a single jack the front, but we have the twin jack the back.
So if I go underneath,
Yeah.
and you come down with that, I'll see where if you agree with what I was thinking. And that noise, that shouldn't be like that.
No, that's a lot of movement.
And I can understand a little bit the diff.
But yeah, but it sounds like it's coming from all the way over there, doesn't it?
It sounds like it's coming, yeah, from the centre bearing.
Yeah.
And the two UJs are above that heat shield, or between the heat shield and the exhaust.
Yeah, so there. So we've got to drop the exhaust.
So now we've got to drop the exhaust and move it to the side somewhere.
Yeah.
And I don't really want to take the thing off. So we'll leave that cross member on first.
Yeah.
To take the weight of it.
That cross member there.
Yeah. And then we can lower this down. Hopefully, move it over to as far as we can. If we have to take the jacks out, we'll take the jacks out.
Yeah.
Take it from there.
Yeah.
Marking these as well. Got to mark. Mark the shaft
To the point of the diff.
in line with the diff. So, like, put a line there and a line there.
Yeah.
Just so you know that that's what it needs to be, because that's to do with balancing. And then we've got to do the same the other end.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see how we get on. If it's taking too long, then we'll get it down the container.
Yeah.
We need to do that as well. We need to be doing that as well today.
Yeah.
Right, so we've got 2 rubbers here. And something at the other end. Rubbers the other end as well.
Yeah. There's a, no, it splits there, doesn't it? I'm wondering,
Yeah.
if I undo those rubbers,
Uh-huh.
maybe split it, that clamp there,
Right.
maybe you might get enough room to drop that centre box down enough to be able to get to the bolts at the other end.
Right.
Maybe.
We'll have to, oh, yes, there we go, yeah.
Do that first, then see how far we go.
Yeah, these are cup attachments, apparently.
Yeah.
Don't want to undo them ones.
No, because they're spring loaded.
And there's only one side, that one.
Oh yeah, it's not the same one set up. Oh, okay, that's weird.
That's very clever. There's only one joint that side, right? That isn't it?
Well, it looks like it goes from. Well, it looks like it only comes out of one side, even though it's a V6. So obviously it goes from 2 manifolds down to 1.
Yeah.
1 all the way along, and then back to 2 again.
Yeah, this is a different looking exhaust to what he had on the V6 petrol online.
Yeah.
Right, okay.
So, fun and games.
Fun and games.
More entertainment can consider. Right, more time lapse, I think. Right, got as far as we needed to so far. We'll get the prop off at another time, but we're now going to pop down the container, go see Ron. So we're going to start running out of day, and I'm back at work tomorrow. We'll run out of daylight, so we've got what we needed to get off, which was the 2-man bit, which is get the exhaust off, and then Dad can play around getting the prop off. But yeah, the centre bearing, it's definitely gone. Because I think the prop itself, because it's like comes off like that underneath the car with a rubber bearing inside, or a rubber mounted bearing, and it's just completely flat on one end, and you've got a massive gap on the other. So that's no good. That is not helpful. So that definitely needs replacing. But yeah, the Chrysler's now back in the video again. It's been a while. But yeah, to the container.
And beyond.
So we're now down the container. Good old Harlequin brought me down here. Let's go check on Ron. I've opened him up. Open the container up. Doesn't smell as fuely as it did before. But there he is. Good little Ron. Now, lighting situation, we're still sorting. We brought down one of these camping lanterns as well. See how well that does. But to be fair, with the natural light in here, it's not too bad. Nothing's really changed since the last video. The engine is still, has got the rocker cover on. We're holding it up there with a tool of some sorts. Some of the stuff I've brought over. Dad will be on his way. He just had to wait for Millie to have her food so she can go out to the loo, because Mum's not back from work yet. So he's doing that. Needs to get some lunch as well, and then yeah, we'll start cracking on. What we need to look for is it's like a half moon grommet, which if you look in there, the light will pick it up, that bit there, because obviously you've got the pulley that needs to go on the camshaft, and we need to find if we've got that, or there's the rocker cover got something with it as well. Doesn't look like it, so need to search for that. If we haven't got one, then we can't put the rocker on, and I'm not sure if we can put the sump on either, because I don't think they come with sump gaskets as such, but sump paste instead. Well, the one that's on the spare engine, that's a rubber gasket, so that could be an idea. We might take the sump off that one. Here's a spare engine at the end of the day. But yeah, so I'm just going to carry on trying to get the stuff together, because the plan is to get the engine semi back together so we can compression test it to make sure that it's all hunky dory really. If it's not, then we've got to swap the heads over. As I said in the previous video, it's suspected burnt valve, but it might not necessarily be burnt valves. Might be something else entirely. So that's why we're going to compression test it. We're hoping to leak test the other one, which is back at the house, which is in the shed, and go from there. But yeah, so progress update. Not much progress so far, but things are going to happen. So this is getting a bit long now, so I'm going to cut this bit and move on to the next bit. Hey up, Chuck!
Hey up! Come in the vodka!
Vodka! Driver on?
Yeah? I do like driving a little thing. Probably going to like driving this little thing as well.
Yeah. Ronathan. So I've had a quick look round,
Right.
and I thought maybe the rocker has a little divot in it.
Right.
No, so we need to find that half thing, half gasket. But we'll have a good looking surroundings.
Right, do you want the lunch before it goes melts?
Yeah. Right, so far we've taken the tailgate off to make it easier. We folded Dad folded the seat down and moved that carpet further back. Also connected the battery up and checked all the lights work, which is really, really good. And then you got all the bits down there. What we've come to the conclusion is that the chain, because they're chain driven, has fallen down, so I think we're going to have to take the head off just so you can get the chain out. So doing that, we can.
It gives us a chance to have a proper look now, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. Yeah, to have a proper look at it. See if this one, if we can see visually if this has got burnt barrels or not, and then if it has, then we can just go right. There's the other head instead. So.
Right, what's that keep like?
Yeah. Good.
That's better.
So yeah, we'll probably go on to all time lapse now. And,
Found it.
ah!
We've been looking for that.
Yeah. I wonder why it would be in there and not there. Well, I suppose because with the rocker bolts.
Because you've got to take that out to take the pulley off the end of the camshaft, haven't you?
Well, yeah, but why would he put it in there and not in the pot? That's what I'm thinking.
Because it's not. I don't know. Safe there, I suppose, like the rocker cover
Yeah, that's true.
bolts, I suppose.
So yeah, we're going to carry on. I'll get you into a position where we can do a bit of time lapse. If you look closely at the valves, there's one that is missing quite a chunk and one that's got a hole in it, so that's no good. So we can rebuild it, but to be able to get the engine going again we have to use the other
head. Yeah.
So I'm glad that ended up being that way. You know, we had to take it all apart.
Yeah.
But I'm still under the impression that he put it on there
just to
return.
Because it's not even a head gasket.
No.
So yeah, it was just to transport it, wasn't it?
Probably. It was the more mullered one that came off of this.
Mm.
So yeah, there we go. I'll show you in there. Hopefully we'll pick it up. The tops of the pistons look alright, the bores feel okay. So we might be good there. But we do need another air gasket, a sump gasket because obviously the sump's off, a belt because we found that the belt here is starting to split. You can quite clearly see it in there on the picture.
It's called a serpentine belt, isn't it?
Yeah. So not much else we can do now apart from get those bits ready for the next bit. So I'm going to end it there for you. We're going to pack up, tidy up a bit more and then head home. And if you like what you see, please guys, if you can subscribe to my channel, and why not give this video a like, give it a comment, and go check out the rest of my videos on my channel. Cheers guys.